Hey, I need you to log in there, sweetie. So we have a problem setting up. I'm on my phone this time, so now I've got to get this arm down and see if I can hold this up so I don't have to hold my arm up all this time. I can't even see who's on or anything. Something happened on my computer, which I've never had a problem before. It said stream setup, and I need to get streaming software, and I didn't have time to prep all that. So this was a quick thing because I couldn't get that figured out how to get that set up on my computer. So sorry about that. Hi, everyone. We're just saying that we had problems setting up. So I'm on my phone this time, which means I can see what you're saying. I just need to figure out how to, let me just set this right there. I don't have to get my arm down. I can do it. Hey, cool. I could see it. Hi, I'm using my cell phone this time. I hope the sound is okay. Hi, everyone. So let me get this pillow out from under my chair. There we go. And if you're cold, there's a blanket behind you, honey. So we just got a late start. I mean, 5 minutes. Hi, everyone. So we missed last time because I was sick, and so was Legendary Mermaid, my assistant. So glad to be back here, and just want to talk over a few things. Oops, sorry about that. And you're gonna have to mute. Mute.
Yes,
We're getting feedback here. Hold on.
there we go.
There we go. Okay, yeah. So it was a wild start. So I don't know what happened, but I used to be on my computer. All I would do was click go live and it would start up. And now it said I had to set up my stream setup with my streaming software, which both computers were doing that. Hi, Legendary Mermaid is in the room. She just got off work and joined us. So hi, everyone. It's been 2 months. So the last time we talked was before
Terry.
she's there. The last time we talked was before Creativation. So I thought it'd be good to do a quick Creativation recap. And I know one of Terry, she was on my team that came with me this year. And I think that Julie is also headed to the stream today. Let me get this out of the way. So we'll just cover a few of the highlights of Creativation, some of my favorite products, and then kind of like where we're going from here, what's happening in March. For those of you who just coming in, it's 8 in Minnesota, snowed, 8 degrees. We're having really good weather for once. We still have snow on the ground, but it's really nice outside. So I was looking over a recap of all of the videos that I had made for Creativation and trying to figure out my favorite products. And it's hard to narrow the field down into everything that I saw, what my favorite products were, what I'm looking forward to coming out. And these are in no particular order. One of them is the Diamond Dots Freestyle, which is their open stock diamonds. And let me close this off here. And diamonds and adhesive so that you could use like little diamonds instead of having to get a big kit. You can make your own pattern. And I thought how cute that would be to use your own like cross stitch pattern books and transfer those onto clothes and all kinds of things that you can make with those. So I'm looking forward to that. And they said, yeah, I know that's a good one, Annette. It's on my list. So I am looking forward to the Diamond Dots. They said it would be coming out in April at Joann's first. So exclusively. So we'll see. I'm looking forward to that. And someone just mentioned the We Are Memory Keeper button maker. I am looking forward to that too. I think that's a game changer for all of you who've been wanting to make buttons all this time. The price point's great. You can get everything to make all the different sizes, the machine and all the adapter pieces to make all the different sizes, the 3 different sizes, and still it'll be under $200, which is an amazing price. And the other thing I'm excited about, let's see if this shows up here, right through my face. This is from the We Are Memory Keeper Press It. And so I just think this is going to be really cool. Those of you who have been in dental offices know what this system is. So they have this acrylic and it's thick. It's not like what you use for window plastic in a shaker. It's really thick. And so the machine wasn't too big. It was kind of like this, like a box, and you would use your own vacuum, your house vacuum, hook it up to the bottom. He used a shell, a real seashell, and you put it on the bottom where there's a bunch of holes in the bottom, kind of like a mesh almost. Put the shell on there. He put this flat acetate acrylic sheet on the top, turned the machine on, and in a minute, this was soft. And then he lowered it down, turned the vacuum on, lowered it down, and instantly it sucked this down onto the shell, and you could see all of the ridges and everything in the shell. And so then they were cutting this out and using it for a shaker. So, like a shaker card. So that is really cool. And I think they had not a bunch of items on display, but they had photos of some things that I thought were really cool. They had done this on top of a couple like pencils or pens. And so then you could put that on the front of a cover of a notebook and it would hold your pens in place for your journal. I thought that was really cool. And the price point, I don't have all the price points memorized or when they're going to be released or anything. Usually by May, from all my experience with Creativation, usually by May is when everything comes out. So the price point on this was close to $125, and Julie and Terry might remember with me on that. I don't remember, but so, and the other thing that we are memory keepers had that I went gaga over, and I do have now, and that's their project cart, and that is a rolling cart, kind of like the Rascog, but it just has 6 removable, almost like those plastic lunch trays. And because I always have so many projects going at once, and it's so much easier for me to keep them on a tray, I could put it back on the cart and then take out the other project because, I will put something down and leave it to dry overnight, or maybe I just need to think about it before I proceed. And so that really helps me. So I do have that project cart. It's $90 retail, which is, I think that's a bit high, considering a Rascog is under 50. So I just thought that was a bit high. I'm hoping they come down on that. Oh, another thing I'm excited about, and I forgot to get it here. I have it right in the basement, but I can't reach it. Hi, Texas. And that is Dress My Craft had brought out their brand of shrink plastic. In other words, like Shrinky Dinks we had in the 70s. And this is frosted on one side, and they make flowers out of it. And they made some gorgeous, gorgeous flowers. So I do have a shrink prink that I won in a giveaway from them. I am playing with it. I made a couple flowers, so it is fun. It takes a little bit of a learning to really get it down pat and do a really good job. So I'm really looking forward to that. They're doing demos and videos, but this is manufactured in India, and she just posted that they are actually slowing down on mailing out their items, and it's because of the virus. They're trying to fumigate like the warehouses before they ship anything out of India. And so that has just slowed down. That's why if you go to anyone's website that has shrink prink, it says it's out of stock. It's not out of stock. It's never really was in stock yet. But they put it up there so you can see it, and they have to label it something. So they labeled it out of stock. Another thing, there were so many really cool paints this year that I can't even go there. Seth Apter had a whole new line, plaid crafts, really cool paints that they have out. So many new paints. Art Deco had some really lovely paints too. But Heidi Swap had something new for her Mink foiling system, and that was her toner stamp pad. So you could actually take a stamp it out onto your cardstock, and then you just put the foil on it, run it through your laminator or your Mink machine, and it laminates what the stamped image is. Before, we haven't been able to do that too well. So that's pretty cool. Misgivings about that product was that there's a price point. I don't know what the price point is, but the pad dries out quickly. It's like an airtight lid on it. You had to be really careful to seal it up every time. And really, the best thing for using that would be to do a whole bunch of projects all at once. Get them all lined up and do them, because the pad actually doesn't last that long, and you have to replace the pad in the plastic case, and she does have refills for that. I mean, you can redo the toner on it, but the itself doesn't last long with that toner, apparently. Okay, any questions about Creativation? Those were just some of my favorite products coming out that I saw at Creativation this year. Any questions you have about Creativation, about the products, or anything else? Just let those questions come out. Anytime in this live, you can ask the questions. So, if you have not seen it, favorite class, that's a hard one. Seth Apter's classes are always great, and we got a whole bunch of stuff. And oh goodness, what's that called? Blue Fern Studios had a great card making class, and we made some beautiful cards. It was most of these classes are so rushed because the Blue Fern Studios, their cards were just like layers and layers and layers, and it was kind of overwhelming trying to get that all put together. But they were so gorgeous. Um, yeah, I would say that was great. My friend Julie took an amazing class from the foiling company, Gina K Designs, and what's the foiling? Graphic 45 paper pads. Yeah, Graphic 45 was really, their booth is amazing, and I like that blue and white ocean paper that they had. That was really pretty. A foil deco, deco foil. That's the name of it. She took an amazing class. She came up with a tote bag full of goodies that she got in that class. Some of the classes, we do pay for the classes, and some of them give us a whole lot of materials so that we're getting exactly our complete value and then some out of the class. So that she really was overwhelmed. I mean, in a good way, by what she got from that class. Okay. So yeah, most of the classes have been really beneficial. I've learned a lot through the years, like glass etching. That one I've learned so much. That has just been a game changer for me to take that class. Some of them are just making a project so you can learn what the new products are. And some of them you're learning skills. So every class is different, and who puts it on and who's teaching, and what materials have been donated for the class. Okay, but definitely worth it. I stayed longer this year. I stayed the full Thursday through Monday, and I still didn't have enough time. I could have easily stayed another day because there were still so many booths that I didn't actually get to, let alone film. So that was hard walking away. You just feel like you're being ripped away from something and you're not done. So yeah, I could have used another day on the showroom floor. All right. So if you still have any other questions about Creativation, feel free to bring those up anytime. But I didn't want to spend an hour, just doing my little take on Creativation. I love it, and I always do. It's just a great place. I got some really great photos, great selfies there. I can't believe I didn't get a picture with Seth Apter again, but we spent time together and I didn't take a selfie. You just don't think about it. You get excited talking to people and you forget to get the camera out. Okay. How many of you have seen the video about my craft room peak and possible makeover plans? I just did it this last week. So if you haven't seen it, you probably don't know exactly what I'll be talking about, but I did one. I just started thinking about this and how I would love to redo this. This is a really big shelf behind me. My craft room is shaped like a U. This is one side, and then it goes this way, and then there's one I'm facing, and then it's that way is open to the rest of the basement. But I want to repaint the walls again. They're white already, but I want to repaint them, and I want to empty these shelves, paint the shelves white, probably, move the shelves over to the wall on this side, put back only what I need on there. So this is going to be a de-stash time for me. So I keep telling myself, what were you thinking trying to do this project? But it needs to happen. And then go from there. So on this side, this wall here behind me, then I would still be my backdrop when I film, but I want to get IKEA Alex units. I think I can get 5 in here, put a countertop on them, And then my chair can go back and forth between my crafting table and this counter back here. And I want to, it's an unfinished basement, so I need to get electrical put in. Husband's going to be in charge of that. And I want to put two cabinets kind of on the side. This is a long wall, and I could put two like cabinets like this, and still in the middle, put like one shelf up here to put my digital cutting machines. Yeah, it's gonna be hard. Like I said, I've had many times just thinking, what was I thinking? Almost in a panic and saying, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. But there's some good things coming out of this, and it's something I need to do anyway. And I thought, hi, hi, Joy. I've thought maybe I shouldn't do it because we'll probably move in a couple of years when my husband retires. But then I thought I need to do it because I need to get rid of the stuff now instead of waiting until we have to move to destash, right? Tell me I'm right. Somebody say, yeah, you're right, do it. And the other thing is the Alex units can come with us when we move. The countertop will be custom, but I could just cut that and put it wherever I move to. But anyway, so I have to get a custom countertop. And without the lights, I had figured everything would be about $1,000 to do all of that without the lights. And thank you for telling me I'm right. Without the lights and electric. So, because I want lights shining down on the countertop, because I would like to have this for what's the M word?
Move.
Move. I would like to be able to use this for my digital cutting and things like that. You know, I need to have access to I have a Cricut Maker and a Cameo both. And here's my surprise. My birthday's coming up. D-stash, yes. My birthday's coming up, and so Cricut just came out with a bundle special for their Joy, their little digital cutting machine. And so they did today, just came out with a bundle on that. So I did order that today. Happy birthday to me from me and from my viewers too, because you help support my channel and that helps me to buy that. And then I put a link to it. So if you're interested in it, it's a good deal. It's actually better than the HSN deal that they had. To get, if you want the Joy, it's on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Lolly Palooza or Lolly.Palooza, one of those. I think it's just Lolly Palooza. It's not no dot. So the link to buy the Cricut bundle is in there. And so, the reason I thought about it, I wasn't sure I was going to get the Joy, but when I was talking about this wall behind me, I was thinking about, besides being white and white cabinets, I was thinking of a one strip of color across there, whether it's pale pink. I know I have, it's black, white, and hot pink going on here. But, now's a good time to change if I want to. And I'm thinking of little splashes of muted colors like pale pink and pale lavender and pale turquoise or mint, maybe, I don't know. So yeah, it is cute. The Joy is cute. And when you get a bundle, it's called a bundle of joy, isn't it? So anyway, I was thinking about one little swatch of color across that and then using the Cricut Joy because it cuts out long words of vinyl, and I could do Lollapalooza kind of like in that color strip back there. So that's what I was thinking. Countertop, two cabinets hanging down, a shelf up here, and then Lollapalooza down here. And whether my digital cutting machines go on the counter or that shelf up there, who knows? I don't know. But I am going hopefully tomorrow to pick up paint. And this weekend, I'm going to ask my lovely assistant to help me move some furniture out. Won't take but 10 minutes to move stuff away from that far wall over there, and then I can paint it and let that dry and get moving on. So here's my difficulty, and this is one of the reasons I've been in a panic. I have to be able to still function and craft while this is going on around me. So I have to judge every time I move something. I have to put it somewhere where I can get to it. If I just stack everything up and smush it all against each other, and then I need something on the bottom against the wall, what am I going to do? So I'm trying to think through that process. Like I need to be accessing my filing cabinet. I can do without those wooden stamps for a while, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I will exactly, Annette. And that's did get a table. It's still hard to get to it. It's in the back
corner over by my inventory. So it's like I have to actually step over some of my boxes of inventory for my shop to get to my digital cutting machines, and I don't like that. If they're over here, I will use them. So I will use them more. So that's what I'm looking forward to. Anyway, so it will be worth it. I don't know how long this will take, but in the meantime, I've had something good happen, and that is that um, uh, IKEA, I looked at their website today, and the units that I want, they've lowered the prices. It just says new lower price. So they've lowered the prices $10 a piece. And I just got a coupon in the mail from IKEA for $10 off. And a friend told me she was going to get me a gift card from IKEA for my birthday. So it's starting to pan out. And I have looked, if you've ever bought from IKEA, you know, everything comes in a box. So I did look online, and I saw that when you order them, you can look and see what the box dimensions are. It would cost $129 to ship that stuff to me. And it's an hour and a half one way to go to IKEA for me. But they're really bad road construction, so it comes out to like an hour and 45 minutes actually. But I'm looking at the dimensions of the boxes, so I'm going to see if I can make it in one trip if I take the Jeep, put all the seats down, and stack them all up, how many I can get. I hope I can do it in one trip, just go and get everything. And then it will be assembly times. Maybe we can knock out a whole bunch of those at one time. I don't know, but it will be a mess, and I look forward to it being done. I'm not sure I'm going to enjoy the process so much. so much. Anyway, so that I said in my video, and if you haven't seen it, you can go to my YouTube channel and you can see the video about it shows kind of a circle around here of what this looks like as is. I didn't like, you know, try to make it all look pristine for you. And the other things I'm working on, well, today, you know, this is National Craft Month, right? Today I did this. So there's a company, I started noticing people getting these waste baskets, or is that what they're called? Um, so it's called a countertop waste basket. That's what it's called. And the company that makes it is called Lotsa Style, Lotsa Style. And I saw people decorating these and putting photos on Instagram. And I thought, I really want that. It's, you know, when you're crafting, you want somewhere to put all your little bits when you're peeling off the backing of your foam pieces or whatever. So I just did this today. Isn't that fun? Just a girl who loves llamas. And the other thing, some of you may know that when I got, this was something that was really another positive from Creativation. After I got home, I got contacted by the Kraft Tex company and asked if I would be one of their ambassadors. And so an ambassador for Kraft Tex, if you're familiar with, oh, good. Hi, Janet. Kraft Tex is a paper that it's like fabric. You can sew it, you can wash it, you can cut it with die cuts, you can paint on it, you can do all sorts of stuff. It lasts a long time. And so they, what they did was they gave me a roll of Kraft Tex in different colors for each month. And each month we have a color theme. And so March is denim. I got a late start because the other ambassadors knew in December that they were going to do this, so they got their stuff ahead of time. But I'm late to the program, so I have to do a project till March. So now, this is not the denim, but this is my prototype. I didn't, so thank you. So what I did was I created a pattern for this, and I'm calling this a folio. This is clear vinyl. These are Kraft Tex stars. I had to get a llama in here. This is just a pocket right there. This is a pocket there. And then this is a little pocket that holds one of these standard size traveler's notebook inserts. So I had made this out of Kraft Tex that I already had so that I could create my, thank you, so I could create my pattern and make sure I had all the bugs worked out. So then I made the one out of denim for my project. So the video tutorial on how to do this, I believe it will go up public on Saturday morning. So Ambassador. Yeah. So anyway, if you want to see how to do these, And I really love it. It doesn't take a whole roll. You could get 2 of these at least out of each roll. And I think these are going to make great gifts too for people. And Kraft Tex is very lightweight as well. It's just a really fun project. And I was having crafty dreams about designing this setup and with the window in it, and I was so excited and just very happy at how well it turned out. And someone said it looks like there should be llamas dangling on here because of the colors. And actually, my motivation was thinking about the 70s and how we always had like brightly colored on our jeans and stuff. You could get brightly colored patches and rickrack and fringe and stuff. And so that's what made me think of. And I was like, so I thought I really wanted to get the bright colors from the 70s in there. So that's what motivated me for that. So that was, that's my first big project in March. And again, the video is up, but not public, because I knew I was going live tonight and I didn't want the 2 videos to compete for viewers. And so this will probably be Saturday morning before I put that up. Okay, so if you, on there will also be, I have a whole playlist of Kraft Tex items that I've already made in the past. So all of these new videos will go on that as well. I'm really excited. There's some really cool colors coming out. For instance, like this kind of mustardy color, it's called saffron. So I'm looking forward to that project that I'm going to do with that color. I think that's going to be really fun too. I won't say what it is, but Kraft Tex. Kraft Tex can come in sheets, but just usually the black, the craft, the white, stone, and things like that. The rolls, it can come in a roll. Michelle, could you help me, ma'am?
Mm-hmm.
I need to direct you. I'm going to get my handy assistant. Would you go over by the massage table over there? On the floor, there is a basket with tubes sticking out of it.
Yes.
Would you just bring me the whole basket? And I'll show you what it looks like when it comes.
Much lighter than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's very light because it's paper. So I put all my craft, because I already been using Kraft Tex. So I got, thank you. So this is the craft color. So this is what it looks like. Okay, and it comes like this. And I'm going to give you the dimensions here. This one, I'm looking for the dimensions. This is the natural color. Well, I thought it was going to say the dimensions right there. Well, oh, here we go. It's 19 inches wide by 1.5 yards. Okay, so that's how it comes. And hi. And so there are 2, let me get this piece out here. Kraft Tex can come like this. This is the white, and this is unwashed, so it's very smooth. And this is the kind that I have used when I have made other projects and I painted on them. I've used this nice and smooth stuff. But if you wash it or just spray it and then wrinkle it, then that's how it gets this wrinkly look. So it looks like worn leather. And so if you do that with that craft color or that natural color, that really looks like leather when it's been done. So this color here is the blue turquoise. That's the one that I made the first folio out of. And then you saw the denim. So, and so I have more colors coming up. This one is going to be for May. This is the May color, and it is emerald. It's not quite a forest green. Emerald's a good name for it. This is the April color, and it is linen. I'm excited about this. Surprisingly, I'm really excited. It's a paper, but I think it's maybe infused with something, because you're not even supposed to be able to tear it. And then another color. Okay, then the saffron, I think this is June. I believe this is June. I'm not positive on that. Okay. Yeah, but so I love it. I've been working with it already, but this is my very first time working with it, where it's the pre-washed. So this is a new for me. So anyway, that's Kraft Tex. And very, very good. So is it paper or fabric? It's kind of both. It's actually a paper that I think they've infused with something. So I don't know what, but it, like I said, you can't tear it. Very flexible. So let's get this out. This is my denim scrap here. See this? Look how flexible that is. So like I said, you can sew on it. You can sew with it. You can put it you can wash it. It's really durable. So those of you who are like, some people think of it as a vegan leather, but it's thinner than leather. You can see how thick that is right there. It's pretty thin. So it's like really, really thick cardstock or thin faux leather. It's kind of a cross between it both. It's different. It's not like anything you've ever played with before. So again, you sew with it, but you don't use pins to pin your pieces together. You use clips like this, because otherwise you leave holes in it that won't go away. So that's how flexible that is. And you can iron it, so it comes kind of rolled up. You can just press it on the iron. It does really well. And so I have made I have Mod Podged napkins onto it. I have painted on it. I've sewn it. I've done die cutting. So I've done a lot of things already with it. And I sewed the clear vinyl window into it. So, and again, the tutorial for these should be Saturday morning. Yes. Well, Cricut machine. I don't know. I was wondering about that. It's a good question. So that is one of the things that I need to try. You should be able to, because it cuts with scissors. It cuts with die cuts. That's how I did this. So I would think it would be easier to use the unwashed one on a Cricut mat than this, just because it's so wrinkly. And how would you get it to, if that makes sense? You got to put it on your mat. But I would think if you were just, especially like the Maker does really thick, cuts through thick chipboard and things like that. So it should work. That's something I do want to play around with. And so I do have enough scraps that I can test that out. So yes, so much going on. So I've got to make sure when I'm cleaning and reorganizing and destashing, that I can access all my materials. Oh, glue it to paper. Well, I have used paper glue, and I have used Fabri-Tac. I used Fabri-Tac to glue these down. These ones, the stars, this is Kraft Tex, and that's Kraft Tex. And I could have used paper glue, but I ended up using Fabri-Tac. I want to make sure it was nice and, permanent. And so, yes, but I have used regular glue because it is a paper. You don't want to use a cheap glue. Yeah, it's really fun to work with. It's like nothing I've ever played with before. So I will say that the pre-washed stuff. And so what I do, because I need big pieces, I lay it out on one of those self-healing mats, and I use the big ruler and a rotary blade. But I found with as wrinkled as it is, it was kind of hard to get exact measurements, because it doesn't lie completely flat. So, but it really wasn't a huge problem. I ended up just having to snip a couple edges to, make it all even in the end. But doing good, Amy. So those are my big things coming down off of Creativation, planning, craft room makeover. And I said in my video that I had to get my taxes done. So I was motivated, and I got my taxes done for the first time in February. So they're done. So, and got Legendary Mermaids taxes done. So we're on a roll here. And then I'm already planning what April's projects are going to be, because again, it's this is the color, and I have plans, this linen color. It kind of it might look a little dull here, but it's really kind of interesting. So any other questions? I think we might wrap it up early today. I don't have anything specific other than those subjects that I wanted to cover. Any questions? Thank you. Yeah, that was huge for me getting that done, because my, craft business, and I do keep spreadsheets, and I understand taxes. I've done my own business's taxes for years, decades. And then I became a tax preparer. So now I do our family taxes as well. So I do keep my receipts, I keep my spreadsheets, I keep everything, but still, there's always doing your taxes. You always forget that one thing. It's like, oh, where was that hotel receipt? It didn't make it into my stash. And so then you have to look all over the house, and it's just, it's fun. Thank you. Thank you. I have so many pairs of glasses. I've got, I have another white with colored polka dots. There's that one. Let's see, what's this one here? There's another pair similar to this one. I have them all over the house. Memory Dex Punch. No, I have not heard anything else. To those of you who've been wanting to know, I opened an account. I had a supplier who's kind of like a middleman, and so that you wouldn't have to open 50 accounts with different companies. You can get everything from one company. Well, they stopped carrying Heidi Swap Memory Dex line. So I opened an account with American Crafts, and actually had sold completely out of Memory Dex Punch last year. That's why everyone was out of it. But they did agree to reissue it to make more. And so I was able to get that account and order Memory Dex Punches, and it was just forever waiting to get them in. Finally got them in. They sold out immediately, and I can't get any more now because American Crafts emailed me and said that they're raising their minimum order from $300 to $1,500, and I can't do that. I can't place a $1,500 order because I have too many other things I'm ordering from other companies. And since then, scrapbook.com has run out of the punch as well. So I know that they have had to place another order. And after I and scrapbook.com had placed our original orders, Memory Dex Punch went up by $2. So it retails for $20. The retail price has gone up to $22. So whether that is going to be reflected in the new price when scrapbook.com gets their next shipment, I don't know, but I would expect it would go up a little. They were selling it for about $17.50, I think. So it may very well go up to like $19.50. I don't know how they're going to handle that, but price went up. Everyone's scrambling, trying to find them. It's not on Amazon. Scrapbook.com is out, and I can't get any more. So all we can do is wait and see. But I know if you go to scrapbook.com and look up Memory Dex Punch, it says there's a little box that says notify me when it's in stock, and then they will email you when they get it. But I don't know when that would be because I don't have any contact people at scrapbook.com to talk it over. So we hope they do get more in place, though. I do have the dies, though. I have the 2 sets of Memory Dex dies. But most people are wanting that punch. And I think the punch is the best, most versatile way of making Memory Dex cards because you can just cut a 4-inch square paper and punch the bottom. You got it made. So, yeah, that's the last that I know about the Dex Punch. And it's sad because one of the ones that I actually had ordered from me when it arrived, there were cracks on the inside of it. The packaging was intact and not damaged, but inside the punch was damaged. So I refunded her, but now I don't have to send her. So anyway, yeah. So that's all I know about the punch. Memory Dex Crafts group growing like crazy. People are still discovering Memory Dex, and the group is still growing. So whenever you post on social media, do hashtag bring back Memory Dex, so that we're continuing to do this stuff. So we get, hopefully they can even get more Memory Dex items for 2021. They didn't release anything new this year. You are welcome. Any other questions? What are you all working on for Craft Month? This is National Craft Month, you Americans. Anybody doing anything or any goals to make? So, and I did some of the things coming back in. Have any of you noticed there is another company that makes their own punch, and they say it's the original Memory Dex. Well, it's not, because Memory Dex is Heidi Swap. This other company is trying to act like they're the ones, but there is a company that's kind of horning in on her, calling it theirs Memory Dex. And so Oh, you want to try your ECD dyes? Yes. So ECD, for those of you who don't know, is Elizabeth Kraft Design. She has some really good dyes. Yeah, I had so many ideas in my head. That's where I'm at. I just get overwhelmed with all these ideas wanting to come out. And that's why I didn't even bother doing a video for this, because I just is like, I can't videotape every single thing I do, but it was fun. So I was trying to think. Oh, about crafting that's coming back in, or what's popular right now. Sewing is coming back in. Um, and so is cross stitch and embroidery are coming back in. And there's a whole movement on YouTube called Floss Tube. If you just search Floss Tube on YouTube, you'll see a lot of kind of cross stitch embroidery. And I think that's really interesting because those patterns, like I mentioned, we can use that for the Diamond Dots Freestyle Open Stock Diamonds. We can use those patterns to create designs to use for our new Diamond Dots individual colors. So those are the big things coming back in. There was new this year at Creativation. They've joined with the Needle Arts, National Needle Arts something or other. Excuse me. So there were more yarn companies and crochet and knitting companies at Creativation this year than in the past. A lot of beautiful yarn, but I was so focused on paper crafting, I didn't really get a chance to stop and visit with them. But I thought it was interesting. Some of those things come back in. And if you notice that, like at Hobby Lobby, we have lost a whole, oh my goodness, I would love to get an embroidery machine, but our Hobby Lobby just lost a whole aisle of paper crafting. They've just condensed it now. Last year at Creativation, Traveler's Notebooks were huge. Everyone was coming out with their own Traveler's Notebooks, and people were expanding stores were expanding their Traveler Notebook sections. And this year it's like it's shrinking back down again. And like I said, Hobby Lobby has. So less paper crafting. I noticed more yarn and plastic canvas, Cork boho. Oh, cool. Cork boho bag. There's another, speaking of cork, they had that cork fabric at Creativation. That was very interesting. That was really cool. Not machine washable. You had to spot clean it. But they had bags out of that. Heidi's new planner book. I didn't get a look at her planner book. I was so interested in all the memory deck stuff and the Mink program that she has, a system. Fabric Shabby Chic book. Beautiful. I don't think I even comprehend how to do shabby chic. I mean, I'm all over the place with my styles. I do cutesy, I do bright, I do all sorts of things, but I don't know that I've ever done anything that qualified as shabby chic. I don't think so anyway. Okay, Saturday, look on the channel for the tutorial on that. And then if you haven't seen it, go back on my channel and look, because it was just this last week, and look just this week. I think maybe it's within the last 7 days, a video about my craft room and the disaster that it is and what I want to do with it. And you'll get the whole view of the blue shelves behind me. So you'll see how big those are. So tomorrow is hopefully getting paint, and then Saturday is moving some stuff and painting to get started. And then it'll give me time while the paint's drying as to destash all the stuff I had to move away from the wall. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a good day. I got to figure out how to get out of this one because I'm always using my computer for this instead of going on my phone like I have now. So thank you so much, and we're going to end the no, don't want to do that. Don't want to end the chat here. If I can figure out on this, get out of there. Nope. No.